Hi everyone! So you've probably seen the passport makeup trend all over the internet of people doing their makeup specifically to take passport photos or driver's license photos. I don't know about you, but every single photo I've taken for a government issued something, I feel like I always look terrible and I can never figure out why I look so bad, but I think it's because of the way that I did my makeup. So I actually need to get my passport renewed, which means I have to take a new photo. So I thought this would be the perfect opportunity to show you guys how I did this makeup look specifically for photos so that you can look the best on camera. Okay, so I just showered and washed my face. I'm going to prep my skin now. This is my toner here. I'm gonna just pat that into my skin. And you wanna do this with clean hands, obviously. Next, I'm gonna go in with a serum. The more hydrated your skin is, the better it's going to look on camera. Next, I'm taking this yam root milk cream from Isntree. Also, I've been noticing that my under eyes tend to get very dry and it makes my makeup not stick. So I'm gonna do a really good job of making sure I moisturize everything and also that neck. And then just to make sure my under eyes are prepped all the way, eye cream. I feel like I've been waking up with extremely puffy eyes and dark circles. I really do need to sleep more, but that's what eye cream is for, right? I am going to be outside today, so I'm gonna use a sunscreen. Even if I'm not going outside, I'll still put on sunscreen because it's that important. This sunscreen by Manyo is a really good base because it sort of evens out your skin. I think I'm getting like a pimple right there. SMH. It's okay. Now that our skin is totally prepped, we're gonna go into makeup. I saw this trend on TikTok and I've been doing this for a while now and I really like how my base turns out with it. It looks very flawless. My makeup stays all day. So yeah, I'm starting out with a powder and just taking like a small fluffy brush. I'm gonna really concentrate that in areas that I tend to get shiny. When we're taking pictures, I definitely do not want flashback in this area. I want it to be as matte as possible. Basically, the trend is you do the powder and then you do setting spray, primer, and then foundation. Now we're gonna go in with our setting spray here. The key to doing this is to wait for the setting spray to dry before you go in with your primer. And this is sort of gonna lock in the powder you already set. Don't mind me, I'm just gonna fan myself to expedite this process. It's currently like 7:30 in the morning. I'm gonna try to go before work to take my pictures. This is just the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer that I always use. I'm going to take my Beautiful Skin Foundation by Charlotte Tilbury and using a sponge, I'm gonna sort of concentrate my foundation in the center and then blend it out. I'm really hoping these photos come out okay because when I took my driver's license photo, it did not look the best. I looked at it and I was like, can I retake that? I've been loving this concealer by The Same. It's the Cover Perfection Tip Concealer, and it's exactly what the name says. The wand is very small, so you're able to be very precise. You see the difference? And then anything that's left on your sponge, I like to just blend into my nose because I don't like to put too much product on my nose, so I just take the leftovers and apply it right there. Gonna go back in with my powder. I'm going to set those areas that I just concealed. And then I'm just gonna do like a light dusting everywhere else on my face. So this is what our base is looking like. Now we're gonna go into eyes. I'm gonna take this nude shade right here and just do a wash all over my lid. For my passport photos, I want it to look pretty timeless, so not gonna add too much color, just a little bit of dimension. I'm gonna go in with this shade that's just a little bit darker than the one I just used. I'm going to focus that in the outer corner. So for eyeliner, I'm taking my trusty brown liner, the one that I always use. I feel like it's my signature. And I'm just gonna do a very, very small wing here. Oh, more eye boogers. So annoying. I think I only get them when I do my makeup. So now I'm going to smoke out my eyeliner with a dark eyeshadow. Now that we have our eyeliner done, I'm gonna move on to some lashes. I'm gonna take these ones by Doe Beauty. As you can see, they're very natural looking and they work really well for my eyes. I haven't even glued them on, but you can already tell. They give you a little bit of like oomph but not too much to the point where it's like, whoa, that looks like a different person. It's crazy how I used to wear lashes every single day, and now I only bust them out for special occasions. Such character development. This is not sponsored, by the way, but I've been using doe lashes for quite a while now. They're one of my favorite ones, especially for Asian eyes. Ooh, my camera is getting hot. That is the one downside to this camera that I notice, is that it does overheat. I am going to fill in my inner corners just the slightest bit. I know you probably can't tell the difference, but I can. I kind of want to make my egg yolk cell pop, so I'm going to take some eyeshadow, sparkly eyeshadow, and put that right on the fatty part. And I am going to put a little bit in my inner corner. I tried to not do too much glitter this time because you guys know I love a sparkly eyelid, but this is the one thing that is not a compromise for me. I feel incomplete without doing this step. It adds a little bit more, you know? Moving on to brows, I'm taking a brow mascara and I'm gonna lightly comb through my brows. When I look at old photos of myself, the first thing I always notice are my eyebrows. Like, depending on how I did my eyebrows, like, I can tell what year it was. And I'm just now filling them in with a pencil. Hopefully you guys can see what I'm doing because my mirror is very low. Ever since starting YouTube, I've been buying so much more makeup and I've been running out of room in my makeup organizer. Like, there's makeup spread like everywhere. So getting a vanity where I can put everything would be very helpful. I am going to extend my tail a little bit more than I normally do. It takes me a fat minute to do my eyebrows actually, because I always go back and add more and like play around with them because I can never tell if they're even. Does that look even to you? I gotta move on, my battery is gonna die. And because this is a photo that's straight on, sometimes the flash can sort of make your face look one-dimensional. So I'm going to just contour my nose. And then I'm gonna bring some of that contour down here so that it lifts my nose up. Taking my sparkly eyeshadow that I used before, put that on my nose. I am going to contour my cheekbones, which I normally don't do, but I am so afraid of my face looking wide because that's how my driver's license photo came out, so I'm trying to look snatched. And it's a rule, you have to make a kissy face when you do your contour. But yeah, my face fat used to be a lot worse. If you look at pictures of me in high school, I look like a fetus. But if that's you right now, then have no fear because as I've gotten older, I feel like my face has slimmed down. I'm gonna do my jawline. Oh, I didn't do gua sha today. Okay, extra contour on the jawline. So for blush, I normally go in with a cream, but I feel like creams tend to emphasize my pores. So I'm actually gonna take a powder. This one is a really neutral shade. It gives you such a gorgeous, natural, flushed look. Blush tends to not look as strong on camera, so it's okay to go a little bit heavier than you normally do. I'm not gonna do too much highlighter, just on the high points of my cheekbones. And then I'm just gonna go over my nose a little bit. Now for lips, put on some lip balm. Can't be having dry lips out here. The dry lips will be forever immortalized on my passport photo. I'm gonna take a lip liner. This is the NYX lip liner in the shade Nutmeg. And then just using my finger, I'm gonna blend it out because I don't want there to be a harsh line right there. Now I'm gonna take my NYX Butter Gloss. This is in Praline. And to get rid of this shine, because I do not want my lips to be shiny actually, I'm gonna take a tissue and just blot them. Last but not least, gotta set the face. But yeah, this is the final look. I'm all ready to take my passport photos. Hi, I was wondering if I can get my passport photo taken. I think it's the best one. I'm sorry, I'm very picky. Let me know if you do try out this makeup look and how your photos came out afterwards. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.